Good morning, everyone. It's springtime and the sun is out and it's shining, and I'm really excited. And I wasn't going to do a video today, and then I decided, well, I'm about to go out. I haven't done my makeup yet, so I'll go ahead and do it. Fear not, I am wearing a dress. I know it kind of looks bad, but anyway. So this is going to be a review for you on a foundation that's kind of been around for a while, but that I haven't used. I haven't really seen it ever get mass popularity like the Revlon Colorstay has. So, but I just have to review this because I love it so much. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, I don't really like the Revlon Colorstay. It oxidizes way too dark, and I feel like it's just rough and it's heavy, and I'm just not a big fan of it. So I decided to ask some of my friends what they thought a good full coverage foundation would be for oily, rough textured skin. And my friend Anne turned me on to the CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers Compact Foundation. And if you decide to give this a try, it's packaged like this in the store. You're not going to be able to see the shade, but don't freak out because the CoverGirl shades are all exactly the same. So for example, I'm a creamy natural in CoverGirl color, and I know that because it matches my skin perfectly, and I used it with the clean oil control, which I'm not buying again because it doesn't really oil control, but every CoverGirl product I've ever used, I have been a creamy natural. So I picked this up in a creamy natural, and guess what? It matched perfectly. So all the CoverGirl colors are exactly the same. So if you're deciding to try CoverGirl for the first time and you're in the store, simply match your skin to one of the bottles that you can actually see the shade or open it and test it, and then pick that same shade for this. So I have to say, I love this foundation. I don't think I have been this in love with foundation since I received my Dior Skin Forever as a gift, because that is still the best foundation I've ever used. But it's like $48 or something, so I'm really excited to find a great drugstore alternative. So you open it up, it looks like this. It's good for carrying in your purse. A lot of people I know complain about how big this is, but it's very thin. I mean, it's really no bigger than your average cell phone. You can just slide it down into the side of your purse if you need to bring this with you, and you're not going to have any problems. So it comes with the sponge applicator. You can see I've used it like once. I actually don't like using it with this. I feel like it gives a streaky coverage. I have found that the best way to apply this foundation has been with a flat top brush. And again, I'm using my Everyday Minerals flat top brush. And I'm just going to put it on for you, and you can see how well this covers. So let's see if you can see me, swirl it around in there. There goes my sponge, taking a suicide leap. And then you just patch it on to where you think needs the most coverage. And this is how I typically try and put on my foundation unless I'm using my fingers, because I don't have rosacea, but the capillaries in my face run very close to my skin. And I have found that in order to get the best coverage, to hide the fact that my blood vessels are so close to the surface, I have to put it on rather patchy at first and then smooth more on top. So I really love this foundation. I've worn it several different ways to give it sort of the foundation test, in my opinion. So the first time I used it, I didn't use any primer, I didn't use any powder. And for a foundation that doesn't say it's mattifying, this works extremely, extremely well. It kept my skin very matte for the most part, and some oil did get through, but that's only to be expected because I'm a very oily skinned person. And if I don't use primer or powder, it's going to go through. And I've discovered that for every foundation I've ever used. So my first test without any primer, without any powder, went really, really well. So then I decided to use it with a primer, and it worked even better. It held the oil in so well. Using it with a powder really perfected it. My skin looked natural all day, and it's healthy for your skin too. This has a lot of vitamins in it. And I can't say enough good about this. If you feel like maybe it's a little bit too dewy for your taste, just use a sponge. If you want to use the sponge included, just wet it first. Make sure that you squeeze out the excess water and then use it that way, because when you wet the sponge, it's going to suck out the oil and it's only going to leave the pigment to put on your face. So I really love this foundation. It matches my skin perfectly. It's probably the best CoverGirl foundation that I have used. And I'm really happy about that because I haven't been having such good experience with CoverGirl products lately. So I am just incredibly thrilled. Let me just finish up around my eyes. And you can see, I mean, I can't even tell where I stopped putting this on. And this does not oxidize. I watched it very carefully to see that it doesn't oxidize, and I've noticed it does not come off easily if I happen to slip on a shirt or something after I do my makeup. I'm just really pleased with this. It's pretty affordable. You can get it online for like $6.99. I think I picked this up at CVS with my little beauty card for $9.99 or so because I just like to earn points on that. But I really can't get over how great this is, and even though I've been using it fairly consistently, it looks like I've hardly used the pan at all. So I have a feeling this is going to last me a long time. I'm really happy with this. Shout outs to Anne because this stuff is fantastic. So Anne, I love you for turning me on to this foundation. It's actually one I haven't tried. And I'm kind of obsessed with foundation, the way some people might be obsessed with eyeshadow or lip gloss. I'm like really obsessed with foundation because I have such bad skin. So shout outs to my friend Anne. I love this. It goes so far beyond any other drugstore foundation that I've tried so far. So I'm definitely getting this again, and I really hope this review helped you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Bye.